All right, guys, we're going to talk about retention in the correctional facilities. We had a meeting yesterday with the Secretary of the Department. He brought up some very valid points, and I'm going to use some of them points in my video here. One of the big reasons he talked about we can't keep people is because there's a culture problem. People comes to work with us and imagine that the prison system is just like what they visit on TV. That is far from the truth. What you see on TV is not reality of how a correctional facility works. When they come into the gates, get locked in, here's them double gates behind them. They're like, what in the world is going on here? And then when you get further down in the correctional facility, they see inmates walking around. They're like, why are they not in cells? It's a culture shock to some people. The other big issue he brought up, and I totally 100% agree with him, hiring wrong people. We are hiring living, breathing bodies that has no clue, and sometimes I wonder if they even know where they're at. So we need to start doing a little better job picking who we got coming to work with us. I know in our state we do have a bad retention areas in certain parts of the states. However, that is still not a reason to hire any living, breathing body. The next one is shortage of staff, and it's dangerous. I totally agree with that reason. It is dangerous to be short-staffed in a correctional facility. But let's look at it the long view. Let's say this person who don't want to stay there because they're short-staffed and dangerous. Let's see if we get a dozen of them to just stick around and hang out. Next thing you know, we're not that short-staffed anymore, and it's not really that dangerous due to the staffing levels. A lot of overtime. A lot of people don't want to come to work with us and work a lot of overtime. They want to spend time with the family. I can understand that totally. A lot of overtime. Here's a big elephant here. The biggest reason we lose a lot of good new recruits is because our sergeant and staff are not treating these people fairly. When we hire these people, they go through a very thorough hiring process to be here, to learn something new, to start a new career. What we need to do is start treating these people more fairly, bring them in your arms, and start training them. Now, if they become a problem, let's go ahead and put some paperwork on it and then go ahead and give them an exit interview. But with that said, let's invest some time in it, because I have seen some of the weirdest, unusual new recruits becoming a good officer. Imagine that, a good officer. Probably one of the best officers I ever met. But we don't know what people's situation is at the house. I heard a story yesterday about we hired a new recruit. Money ain't coming in yet. Someone took him under the arms and says, hey bud, what do I need to help you? Let me help you out. Come to find out, he needed some help washing clothes because he didn't have a washer and dryer, this, that, and the other. Took old bud to the side, cleaned some clothes up. A couple weeks later, this guy is doing an outstanding job here at one of the high-risk facilities we have in North Florida. But here's a good tip with all those added up together, and we're going to freestyle a little bit, but I got a little script here we're going to talk about, and I think it's a key that he talked about, and I just took it the next step to put words together. Let's start treating new correctional officers like family. They'll stay until retirement. How about that a philosophy? New correctional officers like family. They'll stay. I'll start sharing the secret to retaining correctional officers for the long haul. Treat them like family and watch them stay until retirement. Hey everyone, have you ever heard of the story of a new correctional officer who was welcomed with open arms and ended up becoming a cherished member of the team for many years? Well, get ready, because we're going to talk about the power of treating new correctional officers like family. Once again, welcome back to the channel. If you like what we got, go ahead and like and subscribe. We are going to explore the strategies to improve the correctional facilities. Today, we're going to divulge in the impact of creating a family environment for new correctional officers and how it can lead to long-term retentions and for success. Now let's address elephants in the room. The high turnover rates in correctional facilities. This revolving door of staff not only disrupts the continuum of the operations, but also poses significant challenges to the safety and security of the facility we work in. We want to work in a safe environment. So what's the solution? By fostering a supportive and inclusive environment where new correctional officers are welcome, valued, and supported, we can mitigate the turnover crisis. When officers feel like they belong to a family, they're more likely to stay committed and dedicated to their roles that we are teaching them and learning. Picture this: correctional facilities with low turnover rates where staff members genuinely care for one another, work cohesively, and thrive in their roles. These success stories are not just a coincidence, but a result of a family work culture that prioritizes in respect, support, and camaraderie. With that said, we do have a facility in the state of Florida that treats their staff like family, and believe it or not, the facility does have a low turnover rate. Got a lot of people trying to get work there. You don't really see a lot of hiring ads for this facility. But I personally know the warden of that facility, and he does an outstanding job. When he worked with me, and I worked in his area, he always treats people like family. I've known him for quite a while. And he takes his personal philosophy and put it in the facility he is running. And it is running smoothly. So, in summary, the key of the long-term retention and overall facility success lies in the treatment of new correctional officers like family. When we create a culture of belonging and support, not only we retain valuable staff, and we enhance the safety, efficiency of the facility as whole. More people want to come to work when they are wanted. I encourage you to share your experiences, thoughts on how you can create a welcoming environment for new correctional officers in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more insights and tips on improving correctional facilities. Together, let's make a difference in the lives of those who dedicate themselves in keeping our community safe.